Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute, but we are back with another game review. Today we are reviewing Clair Obscur Expedition 33. This will be a spoiler-free review with a spoiler discussion at the end. That's kind of the whole point of me making this video. I want to talk about how the game ends. So if you enjoy the content, make sure you do like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. With that being said, let's get to my review of Clair Obscur Expedition 33. To start off, I do want to talk about the premise of Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's a world caught in a cycle of death. Every year, a mysterious being known as the Paintress awakens and magically erases everybody from existence in an act called the Gommage. They do this one number at a time, and right now it's year 33, and everybody age 33 is next. You play as Gustave and his group of gifted individuals as you leave your home, traveling to the continent in an attempt to stop the cycle. Gustave is the Robert Pattinson looking guy, and he's voiced by Charlie Cox, and I really enjoyed his performance. The story and characters are very well done. The sense of mystery as you explore each area, seeing the remains and remnants of the previous expeditions, truly leaves you with a sense of dread that your company will end up the same, and it's quite interesting. I am briefly going to mention the graphics. As you're going to see throughout this video, the graphics are immaculate. I have absolutely no complaints. It is gorgeous, probably one of the best looking games I've ever played, and I had very little stuttering, very little glitches, no issues there whatsoever. So I would give the graphics the highest remarks. I really love the world of Expedition 33, from the underwater city that you visit, to the forest full of the Gestrels, to all the cliffside locations that you visit. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful place. Each place has their own personality, and it's honestly adorable with all the Gestrels running around. Even the big ones, they're just cool, cute, and I really enjoyed seeing all of them in the game. There's also a ton of enemies scattered around the world as well. The enemy variety is so great, and there are so many unique designs as you venture across the landscape. You'll see so many more, and each one will be incredibly cool to see. Next, I want to talk about the combat mechanics in Expedition 33. So, Expedition 33 is described as an active turn-based game, meaning you have to pay attention in the combat encounters if you want to be successful. Parrying is such a huge component to the game and will quickly become essential to your playthrough. I'd say in most combat encounters with routine enemies, you can pretty much one-shot them depending on your build. But when it comes to bosses, you have to learn to parry. If you parry every attack an enemy launches at you, your party members will automatically do a counterattack that does big damage. If I'm honest with you, I'm not a big fan of turn-based games. I think the only turn-based games I like are Pokemon and Mario plus Rabbids, but Expedition 33 was a breath of fresh air when it comes to turn-based games because the parrying mechanic is just so perfect. Just blocking things and having your characters do cool-ass animations and just smack the shit out of everything, it is a sight to behold for sure. In terms of the gameplay difficulty, the game's hard if you let it be. If you don't learn to parry, then the game will be hard. There's a dodge mechanic as well. I'll be 100%. Not a single time in the entire game did I use the dodge mechanic because it's just not helpful for me. I just wanted to parry everything, get those counterattacks going, and have fun that way. And I really did. I think the parrying system is really well done, and I hope more games can kind of replicate what Clair Obscur is doing here. Expedition 33 also has a system called Pictos. They're equipable perks that give you stat boost and special effects. After winning a few battles with one of these Pictos equipped, you master it and unlock it as a passive ability called Lumina. Luminas can be slotted separately using points, so the more Pictos you master, the more flexibility and powerful your builds become. It's a smart system that rewards experimenting and customizing your team. In my opinion, one of the best Lumina the player obtains is the one to remove the attack cap. About 3/4 of the way through my journey, my characters were hitting the max attack, which is 9,999, but this Lumina removes that cap so you could fuck up all the enemies in even more ways. Next, I did want to talk about the voice acting. I think this is probably the best casting of all time in any video game that I can think of. Having Charlie Cox, Andy Serkis, two well-known movie actors in this game, tremendous. But where this game truly shines is Ben Starr, Jennifer English, Christy Ryder, Shayla Nix, Rich Keeble, and Maxence Cazorla. Sorry, I'm reading this right off because I do not want to mess up any of their names. Truly, they all steal the show. I think they all do a tremendous job. Christy Ryder being my favorite because Lune is just perfectly spoken, and she does it so well. Whenever she says, "What comes after?" I'm like, chills. I feel it every single time. So I cannot give high enough praise to these people. You did a tremendous job voice acting in this, and I truly enhanced my experience for sure. Next, I really need to talk about the music. I am not exaggerating whatsoever when I say Expedition 33 probably has a top 3 soundtrack in gaming of all time. The boss themes are incredibly intense. You can literally go watch any reaction video on TikTok or YouTube and you'll see what I mean. The music's swelling, the emotion you hear in each song gives me so many goosebumps. I typically don't notice music in video games unless it's really good, but I know it's great when I am listening to the music outside of the game. I do want to give an incredibly huge shout out to composer Lorien Testard, who did a superb job with all 154 tracks in Clair Obscur, blending piano, vocals, accordion, and orchestral elements perfectly. I cannot give more praise to it. Finally, I do want to talk about story spoilers. So this is your official spoiler warning. Go to this timestamp right here if you want to avoid those story spoilers. So this is your last warning. I think Acts 1 and 2 are immaculate. The story is so intriguing. Fighting Renoir and defeating the Paintress is peak gaming in my opinion. So climactic and incredibly well done. At the end of Act 2, when you are returning to Lumiere, you start to hear the letter describing the big twist of the game. That everybody is in a canvas and that Maëlle and Verso are the children of Renoir and the Paintress. On one hand, I think this is very, very interesting and cool, but I cannot shake the feeling of disappointment I felt with this revelation. Our entire journey, all 32 previous expeditions, the death we saw and encountered, all of that was fake. All of that was for nothing. Nothing was real, all a figment of the canvas. The only real beings in the game were Maëlle, Renoir, the Paintress, and Clea. I watched about 20 different reviews of this game, and everybody describes the twist as being great and enjoyable, but to be honest, I really hated it. I understand the twist from a storytelling perspective, and I can really appreciate it, and I really do, but as a fan, as a person who just spent 30 hours with these characters, as somebody who watched Gustave die, watched people die during the Gommage, saw all the dead corpses of the past expeditions, I felt absolutely gutted by this choice in the conclusion of this game, to the point where, I'll be honest, it really soured my experience of this game. While others had their jaws on the floor during this revelation, I had a look of pain and disgust at this. What was the point? What was the point of our journey? What did we accomplish? Maëlle, Renoir, and the Paintress got the closure that they wanted, I guess, but at what cost? At what cost to us, the player? Everything seemed so pointlessly done for us, and I really felt disappointed by the ending of this game and by that twist. While I was very sad and bummed out by this ending, please don't take this as me saying the game is bad or not worth playing. Many of you will enjoy this twist because it's a great twist to be sure, but really, I hated it just from a storytelling perspective in my opinion. It's really my only gripe with the game. I think everything else is masterfully well done, and I think the game is tremendous. So this is the end of the spoiler warning. So now we are going to head into my final verdict. So for Clair Obscur Expedition 33, I give the game a 9.5 out of 10. I think the combat mechanics, voice acting, the world, graphics, everything about this game, the music, I can't praise enough. I think everything about this game is immaculately done. But that one thing that we discussed in the spoiler section really soured a little bit for me. And that's why this game misses that 10 out of 10 for me. But please don't take that as this game is not incredibly well done, incredibly well made. I think this game is highly, highly recommended by me. I would tell everybody to play this game because all the praises that you've heard, everybody who's discussed this game, everybody who says this game is good and recommends it, they're right. Everything that you've heard about this game is right. So, what did you think of Clair Obscur Expedition 33? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Make sure you let me know in the comment section down below. I've been Rogine. I am back on the YouTube bandwagon, so I hope you guys will enjoy the journey with me. We will be starting NFL content up soon, so I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you next time.